Hi, I'm Dr. Gaby Cora and welcome to my show, Dr. Gaby's Take, Make Life Interesting. What do you foresee, or is there anything else that you think would be interesting to share?
I'm just enjoying having this baby around, and it's an experience I never thought I would have. As a young man growing up when I was gay, I never thought that you would ever have kids. That never occurred to people back in the 70s, I don't think, who were gay. So I'm just really enjoying the stuff we do together as a family. It's like corny and very traditional, but I really like it. And I say kiddingly to David a lot that I don't really want her to go away to college because I'm going to be I'm going to be 70 when she gets out of high school. You know, so I don't know how many years I'm going to have with her, and I just want her as close to us as possible for as long as I can. It's very selfish, but that's the way I feel about it.
Right. Yeah, having the baby, it being so unexpected, it was just a huge change in life direction. Like Jesse mentioned, I was kind of heading into middle age, and we moved to Miami, and we were dealing with a lot of different things in our life, and didn't think of a baby. I guess that sometimes straight people do that too. They have a kid out of the blue, and oh, we're having a baby. But
it was a little bit like that, right?
Yeah, but you know, we always say this experience is going to either keep us young or kill us. But we're happy to say in the first 2 years it's kept us very young. And Jesse mentioned him being older when she leaves high school. Just the experience of watching the development stages, it's so much different when you do go through it yourself, rather than with nieces and nephews or seeing somebody else do it. It's really amazing. And we try to be very low-key parents and not be too over-parenting or too hyper. And I think our age helps with that a lot. I feel being older parents, we've experienced a lot in life, that we're a little more mellow about raising her. You know, and we've kind of been through some really difficult parenting issues. So, and we learned a lot about each other, and kind of got a lot of that. How do we react as parents together, and what have we grown up with that's affected how we react into issues. We've kind of gotten through a lot of that, and it feels like a whole different, fresh start with faith. And I think it's just been a joy to get to experience her, and I hope that it'll be a very different family dynamic than what we had growing up, being away from extended family. But she'll have just an amazing experience. We always say living here in Miami and kind of having a whole different way of growing up, which should be a lot of fun.
Well, lovely. Thank you so much for coming. I enjoyed sharing, your story, listening to your story. That was wonderful. Thank you for joining my show. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Jesse Walters and David Traupman as much as I did. And let's think about a couple of things that we can do to make life even more interesting. The first point is, how can we fight fear of the things that we don't understand, or about the things that we don't really know? Well, first of all, I personally live in a very diverse community here in South Florida. And I must admit, for example, that the first time that I even heard of a gay couple trying to have kids was several years ago, about 15 years ago. It hadn't even occurred to me that a gay couple could have kids. Just pretty much like what Jesse mentioned during the interview. It hadn't even occurred to him that a gay couple could have kids before. That was a similar experience to me. And initially, I recall being very surprised about it. Now it's a lot more common. So realize that at first, some things may shock you or may surprise you, but be open to go through, to work through that fear and or that shock and or that surprise, so that you can have a better and more interesting experience. The second point is if you know that you are very rigid, that you tend to be very narrow-minded, and you also realize that that's keeping you somewhat away from the people that you love, try to see if you can have more open conversations with those people and try to hold your judgment before you jump in and comment upon your disapproving, disagreeing, or not liking whatever your loved ones have decided to do. So this is a very difficult thing to do, but the more that you can become aware of your own rigidity, the easier it may be for you to try to work through this. The third point that is also last but not least here is, remember that by becoming very rigid and not accepting of those people around you, you will not only reject them from being around you, but you will also end up isolating yourself. And I've seen way too many people in my practice not having a full, great life experience because they feel alone, because they feel empty, and because they feel that the people that they love don't align with them, don't connect with them. Well, guess what? If I'm the first one to judge, people are not going to be around me either. So these are just some things to ponder about, some things to think about that will hopefully help you make life interesting. Enjoy.